Hey there, it's Saturday, August 13th, 2022. I'm at the Wildhorse Casino in Mission, Oregon, just outside of Pendleton. My name's Chris Rich. I'm a Christian, and I'm also a poker player. I'm at the summer poker roundup here. It is a 5-day tournament event, a different tournament each day. I played yesterday. I'll play today. That'll be it for me, 2 days. Today's event is the main event, $400 buy-in, $450 altogether after the entry fee and after the additional add-on for bonus chips. So yesterday's event, $300 event, $340 total. I didn't do very well. I lasted 6 rounds, 3 hours before I got knocked out. I played okay here and there. You know, I made some mistakes. I did some good moves, but it was kind of a really tough day for me in the tournament. I got knocked out. Took a little break, went and played a cash game for 3 hours. Now in the cash game, I did much better. 1-3 no limit game. I ended up the day $439 up. So overall, full day, $99 up. So that's good. Come out ahead. And then I went at 7 o'clock. Took off. Went to the food court here at the Wildhorse and got some dinner. Now there was no place to sit. So I ended up seeing an old guy there sitting by himself, and I asked him if I could sit down and eat with him, and he said, yeah, that'd be great. So I sat down and ate there, and we had some good conversation. Now let me tell you how I got there, explain the day a little more. So in my mission field, what I'm doing, I'm kind of pulled in 2 different directions, you know. I have a desire on the one hand to step out for Christ, to focus on God, to look at God for my provisions, and to further Christ's mission, to spread the gospel, to get to know people, to not be caught up in the world, to not be caught up in the field I'm in. So not to be distracted or overly concerned with my poker play and my poker world. I'm here in the events. I'm here at the poker world, but I'm pulled to look to Christ and to have full faith and trust in God for my provision. On the other hand, I'm in a world where I have to be able to win or at least break even, to continue in this mission field, to have this same close contact with the players. Otherwise, I'm on the rail. If I'm no good, if I get busted out, if I lose all my money, I'm on the rail because I don't have enough money to get back into the games, and then I'm just sitting there on the rail. So I have this desire on that side of me that says, hey, play good, concentrate on the game at hand, concentrate on competing with these guys, concentrate on making money. You have to make this money to maintain where you are, to be able to stand in this environment. And that competition level is difficult, you know, so a lot of times it distracts me from just trying to engage other people in conversation, it distracts me from engaging people about Christ. And one of those reasons is just the various things that go on through the day. Play a hand, it doesn't work out the way I wanted to, it affects me. And I need to adjust. I make a bad a bluff, and people see that at the table. Now I need to adjust to that, and I need to concentrate on that. So one of the things that happened to me in the game I was in was in the tournament was that several of the players, most of the players at the table, seemed to know each other, and so right off the bat, that actually affected me a little bit. I felt unknown. I felt like I was in an environment where everybody knew each other and they kind of had this in with each other, but I was an outsider. It put me a little bit on unease. And when I made mistakes, it psychologically affected me. You know, it made me double think some things. It made me concerned with how people were looking at me, what they were thinking of me. Things like that, right? So I was in this environment where I was struggling, focused on this game, and my outcome from that game made me feel kind of bad on the day, or at that point in the day when I got knocked out of the tournament. I was down, I was low, and I had primarily focused on the tournament itself. Texted my wife, and we were talking about stuff, and she reminded me of what my mission was, and she reminded me that I need to go to God, and I need to concentrate on that. I need to look to Him for my provision. I need to think about the mission I'm on, and understand that if this is truly God's mission, that He will provide for that. Now, that doesn't take away from some of the things I said about needing to focus, about needing to do that. Much like life, we need to we go through life, and we need to earn a living. We need to go through the day and make sure we work. We have family and friends and people that aren't our friends that we come into contact with all the time. Life stretches out over long years, and many things happen, many hardships. There's illnesses, and there's lost jobs, and there's lost loved ones, and there's desires and things we hope for that end up not coming to fruition, and those things can really get us down, and they can pull us out of God. They can pull us out from feeling that God is there. They can really challenge us and test our reliance on God and our trust in God. And it's in those times, just like in yesterday for me, that what we need to do is go to God to talk about that, to spend some time in prayer and say, hey, can you just help me out here? Can we wrestle with this? Can you highlight some things for me that maybe you've done in the past, or that have spoke to me, that have really brought me to you, the things that you've done to show me why I trust you, God. And God is faithful, and God will always love us and always provide. And I would challenge you to do that. And for me, what He did was He reminded me, this is, it is not all on you, Chris. I have you in this mission. I have you in this mission field. It is an ongoing process for you. It is a challenge. You're really stepping out of your comfort zone, not in the poker aspect. This is something I've actually done for a long time, or had done for a long time in my past. And so that is a comfort, but a lot of the other aspects are outside of my comfort zone. So a lot of the engaging people, a lot of the speaking to the people, a lot of trying to have compassion for other people outwardly, or to take an interest in their life. These are actually really difficult outside of my comfort zone, but God is pushing me in that direction. And so what He's got me in right now is this big, muddy, messy process where He's combining these two worlds. He's trying to help me work it out, and He's giving me the tools to engage. And that's what He reminded me of yesterday. There's going to be ups and downs. So there's going to be movement forward and movement backwards. You're human, and you're trying to walk as Christ, and that is difficult because you're not Christ. And you can continue to walk as Christ, continue to try to walk towards Christ and be better. Put your faith and trust in my will. This is God. Put your faith and trust in God's will. And then I'm gonna move you forward in what my will is. This is what God's saying to me. So that was very encouraging. And then so I went into my cash game actually after spending some time with God in prayer and speaking to Him, encouraged and a lot more at ease. And I think that showed in the game. I was very patient over the first couple hours of play. Like I said, I played 3 hours in the cash game. I was very patient for the first couple of hours, and it was kind of just slowly dwindling my stack away. But then in the third hour, I actually ended up, some of those things gelled for me, and I made some headway. And like I said, I came out on the day really good. But here's where God really provided for me. I was feeling good. I was feeling confident. I said, this is time for me to go for today, prepare for tomorrow. I went to have dinner, and here was this guy, this older guy. I say old, not derogatory, but he's old. And he's sitting by himself. And the rest of the room is packed with people, and I had nowhere to sit, and this spot was open. And for me to approach somebody like that, that's really really in the past, I just something I would not have done. So I said, hey, can I sit with you? And so I sat, and we had good conversation. It never turned to God, but it felt comfortable and it felt nice. And that I felt like this is one of the things God's talking to me about is I also get caught up on the scope of things in this mission field. I go into the tournaments, and I see the amount of people in there, and I think, God wants me to touch all of these people. He wants me to reach all of these people, and that is a daunting task. And yesterday he reminded me it's one person at a time. It's a daunting task to reach everybody, but here you have an opportunity to sit with this guy and talk with him. And although he wants me to be intentional, and Christ was intentional, Christ didn't just sit with people and talk with them. He was always intentional about where he was going. And God wants us to be intentional too about sharing the gospel and reaching others. But in this moment, I felt like that's what he had me doing, was just having a conversation, which was great. And I'm going to challenge you to do that as well. I'm going to challenge you to take the day, and next time you're out, you're going to interact with somebody. I want you to try to just engage them in a 5-minute conversation. No strings attached, no need for you to do anything specific. Just engage them in a 5-minute conversation. Try to take interest in their life, and where they are. And if God directs you to take it towards Christ and talk about him, great. And if he doesn't, but you've engaged that person and you've tried to take an interest in their life, great as well. And I'd like you to start there, just like me, and let's try to continue to move forward and build. So I'm gonna end it there. I know this was long. Thanks for staying with me. I'm gonna get in there. My tournament starts at noon, so I got to prepare for that. I just want to say God bless you, and maybe we'll meet out on the mission field. So thanks a lot.